Are you struggling with an over-the-top downswing, okay, when you hit the golf ball and you're hitting slices, and pulls to the left-hand side? Well, I've got a drill for you that I did for a client this week in one of my online lessons, which pretty much within 2 swings got him hitting it on plane straight away. So come on, let's go do this. So this week I had a client when he came. He sent me a video via my online coaching on Skillist, and he sent me a video of his golf swing. And he's been struggling with inconsistent ball strikes or striking of the ball, and also of a big cut or a big pull. He said with his irons he tends to pull it left, but with his driver, which he's now never used for a long time, he was slicing it big time to the right hand side. So we had a look at his swing, and one of the things that we noticed he was doing was he had a tendency with his backswing, when he was pulling the club away, which we see a lot of slicers do actually, is they have a tendency to pull the club head very, very quickly on the inside. I think it's in the thought that if they swing it inside, they're going to swing it on the inside on the way through, but it actually has a negative effect. Why? Because what he was doing was he was pulling the club around here, and what we look for really is the club head behind the hands in the backswing. If you see a line here, you see how it's now behind my hands, you can see how this is what we call a shallow takeaway. And the problem with this is the club head then wants to continue going shallow, shallow, shallow. But what happens here is you can't go any more or go shallower anymore. So then what happens is the club then starts to rise up. And because he was very, very shallow, he then started using his upper body to then try and get the club head back on track, which then made him very, very steep. And then because he was in this position here, he knew that. He then had to get it back on track by then standing up to try and then get the club head back on the ball to shallow it out. Because early extension is a shallowing technique. So he was going from inside, 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 inside to then over to try and get it back on track to then back inside again. So he had a lot of inconsistencies going on with the swing. It was very hard to time. So I put a thing out on social saying, what would you fix? And nobody's dared to answer yet. But I'll tell you what I did to fix it, or straight away. And within 2 shots, he had the club swinging perfectly on the right plane. Now, we have a drill which we call up to under. Now, if I was playing other sports, okay, so say if I was playing baseball, okay, I don't play baseball, and you'll notice that straight away, so I apologise to all you baseballers out there. But if I was playing baseball, when I stand there, the bat is up in the air, okay? So the bat goes up, and then when I come to hit it, I step in, and the bat then goes under. So it goes up to under. And that's the same motion that we want to create here with the golf swing. So the bat wants to go up, to then under, to then hit through on the right plane. It's the same with tennis. If I was to play a forehand shot, I'd swing forward to go up, the racket would go up, and then I'd shallow it to go under, and then go up to under, okay? Up to under. I would never, if I was going to play baseball, I would never go under to then over to hit the ball. And this is what you're sort of almost doing if you're doing this swing where you swing it flat to go over. You would go up to under, okay, to do it. Now the golf swing is no different. If I was swinging a golf club, I really ideally want the bat to go up to then under. So I want to feel as though I'm going up to under. We almost call it arm action loop, but up to under. So I want the shaft on the downswing to come under the original plane going up, but we want it to go fairly steep in the backswing. So we just had him I didn't care what happened really, but I wanted him to almost just exaggerate that he had a feeling of the handle of the club going down as he swung back, and the club head to go almost vertically up to the air, and to feel as though that the butt end of the club was pointing to the right toe in the backswing, and on the forward swing it then went underneath. He had to make sure he went up to under, okay? And I wanted it to be really exaggerated. I had to make sure he got out of his comfort zone to really exaggerate that motion, okay? And we had him do that. So he did it, and I tell you, within 2 shots, he went up to then under, rehearsed it a few times, up, under, and then hit it. So up to under, okay? It'll feel like you're looping. And we actually even got to the point where it was too much. So we said, okay, rein it in a little bit and just pull it back. But he really was getting the club to go up to under. And this got the club head perfectly online. I mean, the position, if there is positions in the golf swing, but the one slot we saw him in, he had the shaft at one point running right through his right forearm as he was coming into delivery. And, that means it's on plane. Now, ironically, when you change all these things, so I'm getting the club to go more, so the club head's now more outside my hands as I go back this way, this actually makes my body perform differently, because if I'm now coming on the right plane, I can't or I won't want to, if I'm coming underneath, there's no way I'd want to shallow the shaft even more. Okay, so I wouldn't really actually move up into it. So it's a really great drill to do if you're really struggling with an over the top swing. Okay, so I thought I wanted to share that with you. I hope you enjoyed that. Please drop a comment if you have any suggestions on anything else you want to be watching in my videos, but hopefully that helps you out, and it'd be great to get a comment as well if it does help you out. Okay, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and please like the video, and I'll catch you next week.